Okay, let's just dive right in. For years, the motto in the gym has basically been go hard or go home, right? And we've kind of translated that into more is always better. More sets, more exercises, more hours. But what if that's just completely wrong? Today, we're going to tear that whole idea apart and show you a smarter, way more efficient way to build muscle.
Does this sound familiar? I bet it does. This is a real quote from someone who is just fed up with spending huge chunks of their day at the gym. It's such a common feeling. This idea that to get real results, you have to practically live there. It's exhausting, it's super demotivating, and honestly, it might not even be working for you.
So here's the big question, the real kicker we're tackling today. What if all those extra sets, that extra hour you're forcing yourself through, what if it isn't just unnecessary, but it's actually sabotaging your progress? Let's find out.
All right, first things first, we need to understand the main villain of our story. It's a concept that sneakily works its way into our routines, wastes our time, and absolutely kills our gains. It's called junk volume.
So what exactly is junk volume? Think of it like this. Your muscle's ability to grow in one workout is like a cup. Once you've filled that cup with enough high-quality, intense training, you've triggered the muscle-building process. Junk volume is you continuing to pour water long after that cup is already full. It's just spillover. It's wasted effort that only makes a mess.
Now, this isn't just some, gym bro theory. This is a well-established economic concept called the Principle of Diminishing Returns. And just like our cup analogy, it means that as you keep adding more and more sets, the benefit you get from each extra one starts to shrink and shrink and shrink.
Look at this chart. It makes it super clear. Those first few sets, bam, you get a massive stimulus for growth. The next few sets, add a little bit more, sure, but not nearly as much. And after a certain point, you're getting almost zero additional muscle-building benefit. All you're doing is piling on fatigue. You filled the cup, and now you're just digging a hole for yourself. And that extra fatigue, trust me, it's not harmless. It's what leads to your progress stalling out because your body just can't recover. It's what causes that deep, nasty muscle soreness that lasts for days. It increases your risk of injury because your form gets sloppy. And eventually, it just leads to total burnout. It's the fastest way to start hating the gym.
Okay, so if junk volume is the villain, who's the hero? Well, it's time to meet the hero of our story, the concept of effective sets. This is where we completely shift our focus from quantity to quality.
The difference is honestly night and day. Junk volume is all about how many sets you can do, and it's usually done with kind of low intensity, staying far away from your real limit. Effective sets are all about how well you do them. They're high intensity, they push you close to your true limit, and they maximize that muscle-building signal without all that unnecessary fatigue.
Now, the key to making a set truly effective is intensity, and the gold standard for measuring intensity is what we call muscular failure. And let's be crystal clear here. This isn't about screaming and throwing weights around. It is the precise, technical moment when, no matter how hard you try, you physically cannot perform another repetition with good form.
But here's the catch, and it's a really big one. Most of us are absolutely terrible at judging how close we actually are to failure. We think we're giving it our all, but our brain is slamming on the brakes long before our muscles are even close to their limit. That gap between what we feel and what we can actually do, that's where most of our progress just slips away.
So, if our feelings can be so unreliable, how are we supposed to get a real measure of our effort? How do we know if a set was truly effective? Well, the good news is we have some really simple tools for this.
We have two main tools, RPE, which is rate of perceived exertion, and RIR, which stands for reps in reserve. They're basically two sides of the same coin. The easiest one to use is RIR. At the end of a set, just ask yourself honestly, how many more perfect reps could I have really done? An RIR of 1 means you had 1 perfect rep left in the tank. RIR 0 is true failure. To get those real results, your most important set should be in that 0 to 3 RIR range. You've got to be pushing close to that absolute limit.
Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. Pushing to failure sounds intense, maybe even a little scary, especially if you're just starting out. So how can a beginner apply all this stuff safely and effectively? Let's talk about it. Forget all the complicated formulas and crazy workout splits for now. I just want you to remember this one number range. This is your new weekly goal.
That's right. The latest science is showing that for most people, just 5 to 9 truly effective sets, taking close to failure, per week for each muscle group is enough to get you about 80% of all the muscle growth you're capable of,
Not per workout, per week. All of a sudden, those 2-hour gym sessions seem a little crazy, don't they?
So how do you get there safely? It's a really simple progression. 1. Start with machines. They give you stability so you can focus purely on the effort. 2. Become obsessed with your technique. Perfect form is always, always better than heavy, sloppy weight. In fact, think of your set as finished the very moment your technique starts to fail. And number 4, rest. Actually rest. Take a full 2 to 3 minutes between sets so you can recover and give maximum effort on every single one.
So when you put all of this together, what does it really mean? It means a complete, total shift in how we think about our time in the gym.
The new mindset is simple. It's about quality, not quantity. It's about the intention you bring to every single rep, not the duration of your workout. And most importantly, it's about generating real intensity, not just piling on empty, useless volume.
And hey, if you still have any doubts, get this. Recent research confirmed that even a single, effective set per exercise taken all the way to failure just twice a week produced significant muscle and strength gains in people who are already experienced lifters. The signal your body needs to grow doesn't have to be long, it just has to be loud. So I'll leave you with this final thought. The goal isn't to spend your entire life in the gym, it's to use the gym to build a better life outside of it. By cutting out all the junk and focusing only on what truly matters, you can get way better results in way less time. The only question left is, what are you going to do with all that freedom?